Make his life easy. That is another video. That is another 10-minute rant from Keira Lothan about social skills, about men and women, how they should coexist. The system is the same. It never changes. It just never changes. She talks, I react, you comment. You know what would be fun? It would be fun if on some of the next streams I would invite subscribers and followers to comment together on the video. And yeah, I can't make a collab yet with Keira, but I can probably try organize something with subscribers. That would be fun, I think. By far, can you tell me why? I'm actually curious because I want to. I'm not gonna spoil why, but I've heard a lot of people saying that they like him but they had sometimes different thoughts. So I'm curious why John Stuart Mill is your favorite philosopher. And now we can dive into the reaction.
You want to hear something ironic?
Let's go.
Men live much more difficult lives than women, right?
Holy damn! Did you guys hear this quote? Men live more difficult life than women. That is something. That is ironic. That is what gets you from 25,000 to 386,000. I heard my neighbor open the door. I thought he was gonna come complain.
Women live a little easier, have an easier route. But men are the ones who create that easy route for women. Men are the reason we're able to live. So how does a woman make a man's life easier? That's the question.
By not complicating what he already did. I swear, if she says that, I will take out and kneel with my imaginary hat. No, I'm gonna get my hat, put it on, and then kneel.
That's the discussion. Let's talk about it.
No, but before you talk about it, I want to check if you didn't answer the Stuart Mill question. Okay.
Catering to a man starts with acknowledging his hard work. Acknowledge what he does for you and for himself. Because let me remind you, growing up as a man is a choice. You could be a 40-year-old boy. You could literally be so immature. You can choose to not grow up as
I have a feeling that she just came out of shower, and that's why, and she's standing in her towel. That's why she doesn't want to show off really more than her face.
Man, because
I'm just going to experiment. Wait, give me a sec. Oh no, wait, I did it stupidly. Okay, put me back. Put me back. Experiment failed.
Your hormones, they're not like women's hormones.
Oh no.
Women, once we get our period, we're women. Okay, that's why they say we grow up faster, right? A man can be a little boy still. So choosing to work hard is a choice. That is a choice as a man.
You don't say.
So acknowledging that, it makes his life a little easier. You know, he's able to feel recognized. He's able to have an end goal, something to be proud of, something to motivate him.
I'll give you a tip, women. You don't even necessarily need to acknowledge it. You may not even understand it, but you gotta show appreciation. Men are a lot of the times like peacocks. They want this show off. So when you have, they want the attention as well. So when you give him the attention, even if you don't understand why, but if you, I don't know, simply, let's imagine he's cutting tree. He's cutting down a tree to make a chair and bring it inside the house. If you simply go out, throw him 2 compliments, and then go back and not see him for the next hour, that guy's going to remember those 2 compliments, and his motivation to cut that tree as soon as fast and make 2 chairs is going to rise above. Even if you don't really acknowledge it, trust me, as a man, this is something that I can definitely give us an advice.
You know, men have harder lives. Not all by choice, but a man chooses to be a man. And if your man is choosing to be a man, choosing.
Wait, we have to skip to philosophical quotes. Okay, this is gonna be a long one, so I'm just gonna unique mindset we never see them. Exactly, his uniqueness, that is also what people a lot of the times admit. But again, because he's more of a theoretical guy, I've never really dived into him, and I guess I never really had to dive into him. Okay, if you're a metaphysical man, that makes sense. And Schopenhauer is actually, I like how he provides ethics. It is an interesting approach to look. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. Until, how do I put this correctly? If you can't put the ideas in practical use, it's a lot of the times better to not, for me to not even check your ideas.
To be hardworking, disciplined, have goals in life. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge that. Just like how a man acknowledges how beautiful you are, acknowledge his hard work. That is the simplest way to make a man's life easier. Acknowledgement. Acknowledgements. He needs an applause every so often, a pat on the back, something. Say something to him. It doesn't have to always be physical. It doesn't have to be, through love. It could be through friendship as well. Just acknowledge it. Acknowledge any man that works hard. Because
that is actually true. It goes not even through friendship, but if you have a colleague at your work, well, you can give him the best and even if he's not gonna feel anything emotional to you, he's gonna remember that compliment because it came from a woman. Trust me.
His life is not easy choosing to work hard. It's not. And he's making your life easier choosing to work hard.
How does it correlate if he's your friend and how do you combine it? I don't know.
Be a man. He's making your life easier. Because you don't have to choose to be a man. You don't have to choose to work hard. You're a woman.
She's sexist. She's genuinely sexist. Like, in today's ideas, she is sexist. And the only reason she's not blocked is because she is a woman. She can, afterwards, if she gets banned, she can just go out and say, well, that's sexist.
1000% in your hands as a woman. But the thing.
Well, let's go back to philosophy. For me, I go right back to the Greek definition, being a seek for wisdom. I don't find any real world practical broadly, but I enjoy understanding perspectives, not practicality. That is the difference between me and Schopenhauer. This is the only world we get. It's imperfect, but it's the only one we get. So let's push the best of it.
The thing is, we are not as consistent as men. Why don't we give them that fruit? Why don't we give men the fruit of being consistent? That is the most acquired trait that you can have as a person, is to be consistent. To be consistent and disciplined and do it every day and show up. That's what men do best. They show up. They are consistent. Women, we're not as consistent. Be honest with yourself. Come on.
All these jokes about women being late on dates suddenly appear in my head.
You're not as consistent as a man. You're never going to be, because a man and a woman are different. We're different. And that's beautiful. It's okay. It's okay to not be like a man. Just like how it's okay for a man not to be like a woman. But let's not talk about that. We're talking about catering to a man, right? We're talking about how to make a man's life easier. Another thing that makes a man's life easier is...
Let's guess. What is another thing, apart from acknowledgement, what is another thing that can make a man's life easier? Compliance? Would compliance be a good answer? Like, he does the job, so you better listen to what he says. That is how you will make his life easier. Let me check the chat. Yeah, I did read the quote, brother. Solitude. So solitude. Well, let's see. I bet on compliance.
Is for him not to stress about the dumb crap. You know, he's got everything else handled. You know, he's got the main majority. He's got the bills paid. He's got everything situated. But for him to come home and have him stress about what he's going to eat for dinner. Girl, you don't have to learn how to be a chef, but you can learn how to cook for your man a little bit, okay?
That is such a dumb answer, Keira. No offense to you. I wouldn't offend you in any sort of way, but this is just a dumb answer. Men are simple creatures. We do not stress about what we're going to eat when we come home. When I come to home, if I have my chicken, right now my fridge is actually, I think it's empty. I have some, so to say, cans there in my shelf. But in general, my fridge is empty right now because I don't eat at home. And if I were to eat at home, I would just buy chicken, put it in my fridge. Once I would show up, I would cook the chicken, maybe add some rice to it, but that's debatable. And it would be enough. The reason a lot of the times I think a woman is actually cooking for a man is because she sort of cares for him. So it's not that she makes his life easier. I think it's just that she improves his life, which technically is not the same. Although, okay, let's listen to the end. Yeah, this whole rant. No, you read what I. But where's the quote? You put it in the chat. Wait. I had a thing wanting to buy. Copy. Can you paste it again in the chat, because paste it in the chat in the next message, and then I'll read it out loud and we'll talk about it.
You can learn to cater to what he wants. You know, he might not want a full-fledged dinner, but he wants a dinner. He wants something to come home to. He doesn't want to stress about that. If he is stressed at work, okay, and he's doing what he has to do, he's working hard. As a woman, he's making your life easier, even if you have a job too. You know, women, we are made to do all these things at once. We are made to think so retrospect that we can come home from work and make dinner, okay? You can come home from work and make dinner for your man, or, you know, like you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I have the dumbest theory ever, but you can't really see any clothes on her in this video. So maybe the reason why it's her most popular video. I'm never gonna get an invitation to collab from her ever. After this quote, yeah, I can basically give up on those dreams.
You're not this housewife. If you don't want to be a housewife, so be it. But if you want to make your man's life easier, make him dinner. Make him dinner, make him food, make him breakfast, lunch, dinner. Surprise him. You know, even like buying him lunch,
That's such a cool way to actually make his life easier. Maybe not making his life easier, but certainly enlightening his life. There is nothing cooler I don't know. Again, speaking from a personal perspective, there's nothing cooler than a woman making a surprise. I'm not saying show up on his, so to say, to his job, surprises, and although that would actually be also super sweet. No, make surprises for your man. If you think that only women love surprises, trust me when I say this, men are as excited as women in this case. Surprise your man. Yeah, that's a good tip.
Him dinner, doing things that are not planned, surprise him. If you plan it out, he won't want you to do it. Okay, that is the beauty of men. Men love to provide. Men love to be the provider. So if you give him the idea, oh babe, I want to take you out somewhere, he probably will say no, because that's emasculating. If you want to do all of that for him, not out of surprise, and you want to tell him before you do it. Don't tell a man what you're gonna do before you do it. That's a big mistake. That is huge mistake. Huge. Just do it. Just surprise him. Don't create this anticipation for him, because then he'll have expectations on you, and then
I get what she's saying, but at the same time she connected it very poorly, because my leg. My leg just wait, give me a sec. I caught it. I gotta stretch. Oh, it was a tough day, so I gotta stretch my leg. I hope my mom is not watching this. She's gonna text me right now and ask if everything is okay. No, everything is okay. So the thing that I wanted to say is that she really connected it poorly, because she talked about surprising with not surprising a man by taking him out, which is not the same as surprising him with dinner. Even if you take a man out with a surprise, that is still not a very cool surprise. So I get what she's trying to say, but she connects it very poorly. What do we got here? You still didn't put the quote in the chat, man. Come on now.
What, you don't meet the expectations and he gets mad at you? What? Don't create the anticipation. Just do it. Just cater to him. Just make him dinner. Surprise him one day. Surprise him with lunch one day. Wake up earlier than him. Make him breakfast. Make a man's life easier. Cater. Just cater. Care and cater. Same thing, right? Care about your...
What is the word cater? Actually never heard of it. Or maybe I've heard of it, but I didn't acknowledge it. Cater, meaning provide people with food and drink at a social event. Oh, interesting. I have to note it down.
Man, why do you not care? Do you think you're just born in this world and everything's just easy? No. Men show up to make it easier for you. Men
You're
up
such a sexist. I love it.
to create the easy route for women. So why can't you just make his life a little easier by swallowing your little pride? Because women don't have big pride. We have little pride. We have little pride. Because we can still do the things we don't want to do. You can do it. It's just, are you gonna let the pride get to you? Or are you gonna let yourself be like, I'm not his mom, blah, blah, blah. Girl, just make his life easier. Like, there's no need to put any labels on it. Just make his life easier. Making him food. Even doing cute things, surprise him.
I think that the average viewer of this video is a woman, because this is the only explanation how she got so many views, by slightly weirdly mixing up her words. Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost her in the last 10 to 15 seconds.
Surprise him.
Maybe because I'm tired as well, but that's a whole other story.
With yourself. Let him know he's working for something. You don't have to be all up on him. You can, out of love. But I'm just saying, men are simple, okay? And it starts with acknowledgement. It starts with acknowledging a man's hard work. That's where it starts. Catering to a man is not that hard because men appreciate the hell out of it. They appreciate the hell out of the littlest of things. And that's beautiful. I love that.
That's true.
You know, it makes it easier for the woman. Because
Good
guess what? Men make it easy for you. They make it easy for us. They make it easy for us to be nice to them. They make it easy for us to even think of things for them because they're so simple. They want peace too. You know, men want peace. I want peace. At the end of the day, a man doesn't want to come home to an argument. He wants to come home to peace. A nice dinner.
Yeah, he had enough arguments outside.
He was just in the middle of the world who is against him. The world is not against women. The world loves women. The world markets off women. Every single advertisement has a woman in it. Any clickbait thumbnail has a woman in it because it attracts. It is what the world wants. The world makes it easy for women.
My three most popular bloggers that I watch on my streams are all women.
The world makes it so difficult for men. He comes home from work, he just wants to freaking relax.
And the fourth is a gay man.
So give him something to relax with, give him some dinner, you know, just do something nice for your man, acknowledge him, because that would make his life so much easier. And it would make your life easier. The easier you make your man's life, the easier and easier and easier you'll make your life. And then at that point, you're both flourishing, you're both happy, you're both able to bounce off each other's energy, and it's not like there's no leech. There's no leech. A woman should never be a leech to her man. You should be providing things that he can't provide for himself. You know? Just little things that make him happy. Provide him with acknowledgement. You know, that's the first simple step. So, yeah, that was a pretty, that was an ironic little investigation I had there of how women, we have easy lives, and that's because of men. So why not make men's lives easier? Because it just...
Yeah, you keep repeating, Keira. You have to work on your conclusion. I think that I conclude videos better. Check this conclusion out. We start by sharing a moral of the video. Moral of the video. If you're a woman and you want to make a man's life easier, compliment him, acknowledge him, and provide him with surprises. Dinner as an example. Guys, this was zynoVII7. We're gonna dive into our last Keira Lothan reaction in just a couple minutes. And for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, don't forget that this is a YouTube channel. So you can like the video if you want. Where's the like button? And dislike if you disliked it. But also remember, it's about the comments that matter. Guys, I will see you in my other reactions. Boom!